Right, this is a video on how to solve equations of the form something like this. Say 2y plus 3x equals 12. Up until this point in time, you would have mostly seen equations starting with y equals, followed by a gradient, followed by the x, followed by the y-intercept. Okay, and I'm hoping at this point in time that you are all very familiar with how to draw an equation written in that format. I want to just remind you that when we started this topic, we looked at different values of x, and I told you -1, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, and then I gave you an equation for y, and maybe it was 2x plus 1, and then we would substitute in the 2 into the x and work out what the corresponding y would be. In this example it would be -3, 2 times -1 is -2 plus 1, -1, +1, +2, so +3 and +5. Coming back to this different looking equation, we're going to use the same idea, but we're going to use x equal to 0. One coordinate, we'll find the corresponding y coordinate when x is 0, and we're going to work backwards, and we're going to look at what happens to x when y is 0. Okay, so as I said, we're going to make x equal 0, and that's going to be my first operation, and I'm going to put x equal to 0 into the equation. 2y plus 3 times 0 must give 12. From this point we can actually work out what y should be. 3 times 0, that's gone. 2 times a number gives 12. That number must be 6. 2 times 6 gives 12. What does this tell us? Well, what we know is on the graph, or on the line rather, one of the coordinates is 0, 6. We always write the x coordinate followed by the y coordinate. And we can actually go over here and plot 0, 6. Don't go anywhere in the x direction, but go 6 in the vertical direction and put a cross. My next step is going to be make y equal to 0. Same equation, 2 lots of 0 plus 3x is still equal 12. I'm now telling the equation y is 0, what would the value of x be when y is 0? 2 lots of 0, nothing. 3 lots of something gives 12. Something must be 4. So the coordinate that I've just discovered was x is 4, y is 0. Go 4 in the positive direction and don't go anywhere in the vertical direction. Put a 4. X equal to 4 in. Now 2 plots is all we need for showing where a straight line goes. So I put my ruler on this and join the dots, extend it past the intersections, and there I have it. That is the straight line 2y plus 3x equals 12. Here's another example, a format that you're not so familiar with, but becoming more familiar with. Same method, make x equal to 0, substitute x equal to 0 into the equation. 4 times 0, that's gone. And I've got y minus 2 equals 0. I hope you can see the answer for y is positive 2. If you can't, add 2 to both sides, keep the equation balanced. Minus 2 plus 2, that's cancelled. And we get y equal to 2. So in other words, when x is 0, y must be 2. That's a coordinate on... Ooh, mistake, Mr. Adam. That's better, over here. 0 in the x direction, positive 2 in the y direction. 2. Second step, make y equal to 0. Substitute into the equation. 4 lots of x plus 0 minus 2 must equal 0. One equation, one unknown, it's solvable. I'm going to make it 4x equal to positive 2. I've taken the negative 2 and put it on the right hand side of the equation, and in effect I've added 2 to both sides. I've got a multiplication to undo a multiplication of x. I'm going to divide by that same number, both sides. 2 over 4 is the answer for x, which is the same as 1 over 2. The coordinate I've just discovered is when x is half, y is 0. Or when y is 0, x is half. I'd write that like this. Half, comma, 0. Plot it on the graph. Go half in this direction and don't go anywhere in the vertical direction. Now for this graph, because the coordinates are quite close together, I might go skew. So what I'd possibly do for this one is plot another x value to help me get this line straight. Okay, so if I just chose x equal to 2 in the equation, put x equal to 2 in the equation, I should find the corresponding y value. Let's do that quick. When x is 2, like 4 lots of 2, plus the y, minus 2 must give me 0. I should be able to find a y, find out what y is for when x is 2. So I'd have 2, comma, and I'm trying to find what the y is. I'm hoping it's going to be negative something. Let's work it out. 4 2's, 8. Plus y minus 2 must give me 0. 8 minus 2, that's 6. 6 plus y must give me 0. Or I can see y is going to be minus 6, and seems like a good number to me. It's roughly in the right place on the equation, and that just helps me put an extra plot in to get the line drawn perfectly correct.